See, say hi. Look, say hi. Hi. Say hi, everyone. Okay, so everybody can hear me all right. Hi. Okay, I sound good. Thank you so much for the look at this beautiful girl. She had a bath. Oh, what's she barking at? Okay. Anyway, she had a bath because we got to a new camp this morning and she went digging like crazy and she was just covered. There's wildlife. There must be wildlife out there. So did you all see the picture that was on the thumbnail for the live stream? That was my camp this morning. It was a layover spot and I was trying to get somewhere, but the road was closed. So I just stayed there on a pullout. And did you see the thumbnail? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful location, but I didn't have a very good internet signal, so I couldn't stay. And I'm in a new spot and I'm trying to see what Sadie might be barking at. Oh, you know what? I can see myself. So hang on, let me pop out the chat. So I got a couple things to talk to you guys about today. I'm going to tell you a story that I'm not sure I ever told you. It's kind of a scary story about one of my camps here in New Mexico. As I've been traveling around New Mexico, I keep looking for places, that I have been before that I didn't necessarily like make videos of or make note of. And there was this one camp in particular. I can't remember if I told you or not. It was right after I bought this new RV. So I'm going to tell you that story. I'm going to answer a couple questions that you guys have had for me lately. And I think, and I'll answer any questions that you have. Okay, hang on. I want to see. Okay, so I'll try not to look at the computer too much and look at you guys instead. So first I want to say thank you, a huge thank you to all the moderators. Carol, Richard, I saw Edie. Oh, Edie, you're here. Hey, good to see you. Richard, Haven on Wheels, and I just saw Carol here. So I also want to say hi to some channel members. Hi, Natalie. You've been a channel member for quite a while. You have the airplane next to your name. So channel members get that little icon next to their name. So it helps me identify you as a channel member. So thank you so much, Natalie. And I'm glad you're here. Let me see. Who else? Do we have any other? Hi, Sally. Hi, Crafty Traveler. And hi, Phil. Hola. ¿Cómo está? And Arlene, hi, I recognize you. Hi, Jay, good to see you. Thank you so much. That's a really kind thing to say, Jay. I appreciate it. Grumpy Old Wolf, I like that. And Susan and Lynn. And okay, so let me see. Stephanie Davis, another channel member. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You're on your dinner break. Yay, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you want to, there is no email address to send questions to. If you want to ask a question, just type it in the chat bar, but just preface it with questions in all capital letters. Okay. So we got 141 people here and we've got 56 thumbs ups. So give me a thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. We've got 56. Come on. We need to get at least 100. So come on, everybody give a thumbs up. And hi Granny Squared. Hi. All right, we've only got 61 thumbs ups. Hi Sandra in Arkansas. Good to see ya. Jinx, good. I'm glad you could make it to a live stream. 94 thumbs up. Come on, we need 100. Thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. There we go. 106. All right. Question, how is Sadie? She's doing great. Like I said, she was digging this morning. We got to a new camp and the first thing she did is went out and dug a big old hole. So I have I've been carrying gallons of water with me because the drinking water has not been very good in the southern part of the state. So I was like, you know what? She needs a bath anyway. She's starting to smell a little doggy. I don't bathe her very often, like never. She's had one bath since I've had her. But you know, I do wipe her down and I take a wet washcloth and wash her down when she does get really dirty. you know, really dusty from digging. So I took a gallon of water and some soap out there and gave her a bath, and she looks beautiful. Why don't you come over? She's mad at me. She's not liking it. So, and the lump, if you guys remember, a viewer had pointed out that she had a lump on her shoulder. That's completely gone. We went to the vet. The vet said he thought it was just scar tissue, and it was gone within a month, I think. She is going to the vet again on Monday because we're out of heartworm medicine, so she needs to get a heartworm test, get back on. We do Simparica Trio, and Simparica Trio is heartworm and flea and tick. So it's I used to do frontline for flea and tick, but I think it makes sense to do. Hi, Katie did, another channel member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you're here, and thanks for being a channel member. And Crafty Traveler has a question. How do I use a hotspot from my phone to use on your computer Wi-Fi? You have to go into your Wi-Fi settings and choose hotspot. I don't know what kind of phone you have. So what kind of phone do you have? 127 thumbs up, 133 now. So that's great. So let me hold on one second. Let me grab my other phone. All right. By the way, look at my new shirts. What do you think? Check that out. This was the runner-up to my logo that I did a couple years ago, but this is a little too busy for a logo. But I just decided this month to go ahead and buy this for t-shirt designs. Yeah, it's kind of cool, huh? Maybe I'll be giving some away pretty soon. So, yeah, I like it. I just got them. I like the V-neck. Let me see. So, yeah, I like V-neck too. I always like V-necks. Okay. You know what? I don't think I can walk you through. You have to go into, I don't even know how. Oh, for me, here it is. For me, do I have any personal stuff out? So for me on my Android, all I do is swipe down, and there, make sure there's nothing here. And there, right there, it says mobile hotspot, and I turn on mobile hotspot. You might need to go into settings first. So click the gear. See the gear at the top? Click that. And you go into settings. Hang on, I just have to keep making sure I'm not sharing any personal information. So you go into settings, and then you click on connections. See connections? I clicked on connections, and then you see that it says mobile hotspot and tethering. You click on that. And then you click, and then it says mobile hotspot. Mine's on right now because I'm using it for this live stream. And I can't show you this next screen. The next screen that's going to come up is going to give you your password, the connection name, and the password. And then you go onto your computer and you just use Wi-Fi to connect to that signal. So I don't know if that helps at all explain. Uh-oh, I didn't turn it off, did I? No. So oh no, I don't know how I got to my channel. So did that help? Who asked that question? Hi Lola, excellent, good to see you. Lola's going to Alaska. I'm kind of jealous. You know, Lola, you've been talking a lot about Alaska, and I stumbled, I don't know, I was looking at playlists. I was doing some kind of organizing or something on my channel. You know, there's maintenance that goes into my channel, making sure the playlists stay up to date and stuff like that. And I happened to be in the playlists, and I watched a couple of Alaska videos, and I was like, I want to go back. Yay, Gypsy Carol, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate super chats. It helps keep me in cameras and equipment and music I pay for my music and my videos. I've got two different music services that I pay about $500 a year for music for my videos and camera gear and editing software. So every little bit helps pay, go toward all of that. So thank you for the super chat. And of course, Sadie wants treats. So Magical Mary, thank you so much for the super chat. Bully sticks aren't cheap. Bully sticks are not cheap, huh? Neither are her vet bills. My goodness. What's the significance of the airplane on my shirt? So my RV life has been about giving me the freedom and the the financial freedom to travel internationally. So I haven't done as much of that as I thought I would because of dogs, but I've been to New Zealand. So Carolyn's RV life. So if you'll notice the logo, and this is also in my regular white logo, there's an airplane. There's also footprints for hiking and the RV and the mountains. So the logo represents just my freedom to hike and travel and just be and do everything I always wanted to do. So that's the significance of the airplane. International travel. I've only been to one country since one country since I've been in the RV, but I've been to 11 countries altogether. So, and I'm not going anywhere as long as I have this girl. Hey, look how cute she's being. She's all clean. She's feeling good, huh? What do you think? Want to say hi to friendlies? Look at that right there. See? She's so cute. All right. Thank you so much for the super chats. Yay. Oh, Smooth Skater. Thank you for the super chat. It all helps. Thank you. Crafty, I use a hotspot. Does that use my data from my phone connection? It's separate data. So I have a tip for you guys. Okay, let me finish the answer Crafty's questions first. So like all of my cell phones, I've got both AT&T and Verizon. They all have unlimited data on my phone. So if I use data, if I watch movies or whatever, videos or whatever on my phone, it's completely unlimited. But you are not unlimited on your mobile hotspot. So you have to check with your carrier. So my AT&T is 100 gigs of mobile data, and then it slows me down so that I can't even use it. So here, how many of you are Verizon customers? Say, no, you can't have that. Are you a Verizon customer? Yes. So I was, Verizon customers. So did you know they have a new 50 gig plan? So, hey, come here. She loves bubbles. Come here. No, you can't have that. So I've always had unlimited data on my phone and only 30 gigabytes of data for mobile hotspot through Verizon. But in my travels recently, I haven't had an AT&T signal at all. So I've been using a lot on my Verizon and I almost ran out of data. So I went online just to see where I was and to see if I had to buy a boost. It's $15 for like a gig or something if you have to buy a boost. And I discovered that they have another plan now. Same price, $99 a month for unlimited data on my phone, unlimited text, at same price, $99 a month, except now instead of 30 gigs, I get 50 gigs of mobile hotspot data. They didn't tell me this. They didn't write to me and say, hey, for the same price, you can get more data. I found it. It's called the mobile unlimited better. So if you're a Verizon customer and you use mobile data like I do, go to your account right now. And they usually say, they'll have a suggestion for another plan, but look at the available plans. This plan for the 50 gigs is brand new. I have never seen it before. So go check it out. Yeah, and on my AT&T, I get 100 gigs because it's a business account. So I think AT&T was only 30. I think it was the same. I think it was unlimited and 30, but I got a business plan, which I've been meaning to do. I can do the same thing for Verizon. I can get a business plan and get 100 gigs. It just, there's a little bit of paperwork and stuff involved in that, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, Google Fi, which will connect to any tower, but I do not. Oh, but I do have Oh, you have limited data. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, click like. Susan, thank you for this, for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, super chat is a good way to highlight your comment. So if you have a question or a comment that I'm not seeing, you know, it'll highlight it like you see Susan, so that I can see the comment. So cookies for Sadie from Cooper and Herschel and me. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. So Blaze, 15 gigs lasts about 4 days, and the rest of the time I'm slowed. Yeah, yeah. Usually once I'm out of data, I can't even use it on both AT&T, Verizon. You know, I've just not been a huge fan of AT&T lately. Yeah, Alan gets 5G. My AT&T is 5G, but my Verizon is not. So Asphalt has a question. Thoughts on Money Matters channel reviewing your yearly income? I don't know what that means. You want me to review my annual income? I don't know what that means. All right. Any other questions? I could go to Canada and Mexico, definitely. And yeah, that's very true. I could. And I've been to both. Huh. What do you, I don't think I want you ripping this apart. Why don't you relax for a little bit and talk to friendlies? All right. Stephanie, hi. Why is she running for public office? I don't know what that means. My book status. So thank you for asking. I'm writing on and off. I'm struggling with it a little bit. It's a lot to relive. But I'm back to writing. I'd kind of gotten to a difficult part and put it down for a while, but my therapist was like, okay, you need to start writing again, and I want you to read an excerpt to me in our next session. So that helped kind of put me in high gear. She's been so supportive, and and I love it when I talk to her, because she says when it gets published, not if. So I'm feeling really good about it. I'm feeling good about the writing. It's tedious. I've already written out the whole entire first draft, and now it's just the wordsmithing. I think I've said that before. Money Matters is a channel that break down YouTubers' income. Phil, oh, you know what? I've seen a couple of those, and they're never even close to the ballpark. They're either, the last one I saw, I don't know, a couple months ago. I don't know if it's this channel or not, but it had me making more than Bob Wells. I mean, like double. Now, Bob Wells has a YouTube channel that's 500 and something subscribers. I've got 135, and they said I was making, like, I don't remember, $200,000 a year. I'm not even close, not even in the ballpark. So that just look at that if you want to, if you want to analyze how accurate it is, just do some comparison. To think that to even try to come up with any scenario in which I make more money than Bob Wells is absolutely ludicrous. I mean, no. I mean, he for one thing, he has a whole entire team of people who follow him around. He's got camera people, he's got an assistant, he's got people who edit his videos. I do everything myself. Do you think if I was making a couple $100,000 a year, I'd be able to hire people to do that for me? So I don't know if this is the same one, but yeah, no, they're never right. They're never right. My meetup is coming up, and I'm still in the process. I don't have a location yet. I still have to get up to that area and look around and see what I can find. If any of you have any suggestions for places that we can have a meetup, it's only 3 hours. It's not overnight. It's not camping. If you have any suggestions that's easy to get to, easy to find, I'll pay. I paid in New York. Sadie's making a mess. I paid for like a picnic shelter in New York after the catastrophe in Wisconsin and the rain. So I wouldn't mind paying for a picnic shelter if I had to. So if you have any ideas about places that we might be able to host, it looks like this one might be bigger. Maybe 50 people from what I'm seeing in comments. So email me at CarolynsRVLIFE@gmail.com. CarolynsRVLIFE@gmail.com. And with any suggestions you might have for locations, I think within an hour of Santa Fe. I'm going to get up there and start scouting myself, but you insiders who live there might know better than I do. And you're right, it is nobody's business how much I make. And I cannot believe there are channels who try, don't watch that crap, you know? So, tornadoes in Albuquerque? What? I'm going to tell the story at the end. I know, Carol, right? Right? I mean, yeah, I wish I was making that kind of money. I'd be happy with half that. I'm not even making half. Yeah, no. If I was making that kind of money, I would already, it would make my life a lot easier. I've been looking for land, so I'll give you guys an update on where I am 6 years on the road. Have I watched Forks Over Knives? Yes, I watched it many years ago. And so 6 years on the road, I was so burnt out with all my travels. Sadie, you need to calm down. Come on, settle down, please. I don't know why she's been sleepy since she came in earlier, and now she's hyper. But I was really burnt out. I was like, I'm done. I'm getting off the road. I'm buying land. I'm moving away from that a little bit now that I have decided to stop traveling so much. So here's the thing. I was thinking about this morning. I'm finally getting the hang of the type of RV life I wanted. I'm not traveling as much. I went for a 7-mile hike the other day. Do you know how long it's been since I've done a 7-mile hike? So I have been traveling too much, trying to do too much. Somebody asked me in the last live stream if hang on one second. Somebody asked me in the last live stream if I did so much travel for my channel, and yeah, that is part of it. So now that I've been looking for land, I have actually gone out and looked at property for sale in about 3 states now, 3 different states. And what I'm finding is that I'm not seeing in my budget, which is very low, I'm not seeing the solitude that I want. So the conclusion that I'm coming to is that I have a better life living the way I live now than if I bought my own land. For one thing, there's so many restrictions that there's subdivisions and there's HOAs and there's restrictions, and you can't build this, you can't live in your RV. There's a lot more restrictions than I thought. And also within my price range, what I'm finding is that they're maybe even, I think, what have I looked up? I've looked up to 15 acres, I think. And 15 acres sounds like a lot until you have people all around you. And that's not what I want. That's not enough for me. So I have to keep looking. I want something that is butts up against public land, because I really want the solitude and the privacy and the wilderness. I really want something remote and wild. I don't want to feel like I'm in a subdivision. I don't want to feel like I can hear my neighbor's fart. That's just not. So I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to keep saving. I'm going to actually really hunker down because, for as much money as I've saved for as long as I've lived in the RV, of course, the first year and a half, I dumped $20,000 into Matilda. $20,000 I dumped into Matilda. So that, I basically start over when I bought this RV because I spent all my savings on this RV. So, so I think I'm going to wait. Now that I'm not traveling enough as much, I'm having fun again. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the beautiful forests that I'm finding and the solitude. We'll see how I feel in a month and a half once the summer crowds start hitting again. But so far, 25 acres. Yeah, I think 40 would be ideal. I started at 100. 40 would be ideal. But what did I just see? I just saw 14 acres. I just went and looked at 14 acres the other day in an ideal location, ideal area that I want to live in, and at 7,500 feet. And I almost made an offer, but I actually saw a couple, and I can't remember their name, on YouTube. They're a cute young couple. They bought 40 acres butting up against public land. Maybe you guys know they're 40 acres and a mule. Hi, Booze Cruise. Good to see you. I don't need the mule. But they bought 40 acres and it butts up against public land. And I was just about to reach out to the realtor and maybe make an offer on this 15 acres. And I saw a video of theirs about their property. And I was like, oh, hell no. I am waiting. I am not going to settle. Yes, Elsa Ray and Baron. Yes, Elsa Ray and Baron. They've got a gorgeous piece of property. It's 40 acres. And I bet they spent more than, yeah. Elsa and Baron. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, save my pennies. Exactly. And it's going to be part of the reason I don't have more money saved is because of all the traveling. Do you know how much money I spent on gas going to the East Coast and back? I get 8 miles to the gallon. I did 17,000 miles. So do the math. That's a lot of money in gas. So if I start just slowing down, just spending I think I'm going to spend my summer in, maybe 3 states. I said that before: New Mexico, Colorado, maybe the mountains of Arizona. I'm thinking maybe I'll check out the Flagstaff area. So no, you're exactly right. I don't want hot weather, and I do want 4 seasons, but I want mild 4 seasons. I want 7,500 feet. 7,500 feet is my sweet spot in any of the states I'm looking at, except maybe Montana. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm thinking, but 7,500 feet in like the Southwest is ideal. The winters are pretty mild. Your summers aren't going to be too hot. So, mild like I wouldn't mind a couple inches of snow, in the winter. Like you get a couple inches of snow and then it melts pretty fast, or even if it doesn't, I'm okay with that. The place that I looked at recently was literally like an hour to the closest grocery store. And a pretty good road to get to it. So, but there were too many neighbors. And in order for me to go for a walk with Sadie, I'd have to walk on neighbors' property or just walk down roads. And I don't want to live in a neighborhood. That's not fun for me. That's what I left behind. So, dry, no humidity. Oh, no, I can't. I considered it. I can't do humidity. I wish I could. There's a lot of cheap property in my hometown, upstate New York, really cheap, but I can't. And it's not just the humidity, it's the bugs. Living in a humid environment, you also have to contend with mosquitoes all the time, and that's just no fun. So no Arkansas, no Southern Illinois. I want dry. I'm a West Coast woman. I'm a West Coast lady. Yeah. Why is Alaska my only choice? Alaska's got bugs. Like mosquitoes are Alaska's state bird. Yeah, Wyoming is one of the areas definitely I'm thinking about. Montana, Wyoming. I even thought about Washington State. So I definitely have some options. I'm just going to keep looking. Yeah, Edie, feel much better in the Southwest since it's dry. Yeah, that's the other thing. With humidity comes especially if you're getting older and you've got arthritis, it was hell on my joints. And, I had constant joint pain and hip pain, and it's completely gone again now that I'm back in the dry West. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Higher elevations of Arizona. Yes, that's exactly what I just said. No, not Tennessee. Yeah, so there's a lot. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled. I'll keep looking, and and when I find the right place, I'll know it. I'm hell bent on not borrowing money, so that kind of puts a damper in things. Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. I want to be debt free. I have one debt left. I'm still paying off my student loans, obligations of being a partner to someone. So, yes, I would consider a community of like-minded people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, yes, Susan paid off her student loans 6 months after retiring from teaching. Yeah. Oregon, so part of the reason I don't want to do the West, and even I'm worried a little bit about Wyoming and Montana is the smoke. I don't want to live summers enshrouded in smoke from wildfires. So that's a real concern for me. I am thinking about a tiny house. I really want to build something myself. I have it pictured. I want like an A-frame, almost an A-frame, something that goes like this and like this. So a slanted roof, and the whole front is glass facing south. I think that's what I want, with a porch, with a covered porch. Oh wow, Carol, you're still paying your student loans too? Oh, I'm not the only one. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I've actually been looking into different housing alternatives. You know what I really like? I want a dome house. I really want a dome house. And I was looking at those. They're expensive. The kits are expensive. I don't need anything bigger than 200 square feet. I have been living in 100 and what is it? What did I decide it is? So 24 by 8 for my whole RV length. Do you count my cab as living space? I guess you do. So 24, 160, 192. I've been living in 100. Okay. I've been living in 192 square feet for 6 years. Well, since I got this RV. So maybe a little, maybe 300 square feet. I don't need a lot of space. I don't want a lot of space. Wow, 72 and still paying student loans, Ruth. Carol is paying student loans on Social Security? That is ridiculous. Okay, that's ridiculous. I think 400 square foot tiny house will be huge, and I don't want 400 feet. Some of the limitations and restrictions I've seen on property require at least 400 square feet. Some of them require like 1,600 square feet. I don't think I want 400. I don't think I need something that big, but a yurt is like a dome, only cheaper. Yeah, I looked at yurts too. Not quite the same, but Stephanie's gonna die with student loans. Yeah. Biden is trying to get elders' loans dismissed. They should be dismissed. There is no way anybody on Social Security should be paying freaking student loans. That's just bull. Wow. I don't know what a Deltec home is. I'll have to look into that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm looking for property that I can live in my RV indefinitely while I build, or save the money to build or whatever. Some people think 2 cars, 3,000 square foot, a pool, and yearly vacations are more important than student loans. Some people do. For me, keeping the electricity on and food on the table and gas in the car and keeping the cars registered were more important than student loans. For some people, just getting by day to day is more important than student loans. A dome tent on my land. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe a dome tent or a yurt or something like that. Yeah, while I'm building. So I don't know where I want to live yet. So I think it was Sandy or Sally had a question. Let me get to her question because I asked patrons earlier if they had any questions they wanted me to answer. I can't. Was it Sandy or Sally? I think it was Sally. Wanted to know how sorry, I can't find it. How did I start making YouTube videos, or what prompted me to start making YouTube videos? So I have talked about this a couple times over the years. When I moved into the RV, hang on, I'm going to restore chat. When I moved into the RV, I still had my marketing consulting practice. I had several clients still, and I was thinking that, well, I wasn't thinking, my plan was to pivot my business from the contract type business that I was doing to more project based, so that I would do like Upwork and things like that, and I just do like social media campaigns. So I was in the process of pivoting my business away from the hardcore, like really involved type of consulting that I was doing. And at the same time, though, I envisioned my RV life. I was going to work less because my business was pretty established. You know, I had a few good clients. I was making a good base amount of money from them to live on for sure. And so I thought I would have more free time to write. So I started, and I really wanted to, my RV life was really supposed to be about getting in touch with my more creative side, writing a book, you know, and blogging. So I started a website. And well, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, wow, you know what? I always thought that I started the website right away, but the website is called Carolyn's RV Life. And that didn't come until later. You know what? No. The sole reason I am doing any of this is because of Bob. You know, I was hanging out with Bob. We became instant friends when we met in at my first RTR. I'd only been on the road a couple months, and I went down. It was a rare summer rubber tramp rendezvous in Arizona. It was the infamous one where we got kicked out by the Rangers and had to go. Yeah, blame it on Bob. We got kicked out by the Rangers and we had to disperse the RTR. I mean, there were only like 100 people there, but he didn't have a permit. This was really when it was starting to take off. He didn't expect so many people to get there. So we all dispersed. So it became, he and I had already met a friend that I made that I was camped near, knew him and introduced me to him. And I was pretty impressed with him. Like he was smart, really, really smart, really good at communicating. And I saw him and I was like, wow, you know, this guy, I mean, I was at the RTR because I found his website, but when I met him in person, I was like, wow, this guy is the real deal. And so this guy I was hanging out with introduced me to him. We became instant friends, hung out, talking like philosophical, deep, you know, there was no small talk. You know, I don't do small talk. And there was like this philosophical, deep, like talking about like consumerism and the feminism and the patriarchy. And, you know, I mean, one of our first conversations, we sat down and had this deep conversation for like 2 hours, maybe not that long, outside my rig. Anyway, we became instant friends. And after the RTR, I went back to California and Oregon, and then we ended up meeting up again in Oregon and traveled. We traveled on and off together for, I don't know, 6 months, and then his channel kind of started taking off, and his life kind of started going in a different direction. I got on the road to simplify my life, to get more in touch with nature. And anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Anyway, when I first met him, he was still making videos with the other guy, with Jamie. And he slowly started realizing that wasn't working for him. But he was like, you got to be on YouTube. You have a great story. You have to be on YouTube. And I was like, you know, I thought about it. Eventually, I was watching Pippi Peterson. She's one of my inspirations for getting on the road. Are you guys still there? Uh-oh. Did I lose you? Are you guys still there? Okay, you're still there. Okay. You're just listening. Wow. This is rare. This story is very intriguing, huh? um so um so Bob was doing really well. His YouTube channel with Jamie, they were growing like crazy. They were doing really well. He was helping a lot of people. He was getting really great feedback. And he was like, you really should think about starting a channel. You got great communication skills. You're a great marketer, you know, and I think you would do really well. And I was like, yeah, you know, maybe eventually I'll do a couple videos here and there. Anybody who met Bob, especially in the early days, knows he was like, you need to start a channel. You need to start a channel. I mean, he was just like the biggest YouTube advocate there was. And eventually I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I will try this video thing. And I was like, but first, I need to do my marketing plan for it. I'm not going to just, put up a video. So I said, yeah, you know what? I started thinking about names. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. I'm not going to just start putting up videos willy-nilly. So I laid out my whole marketing plan. I started my website. That was now that I think about it, that was a strategic decision that I made. Did I ever tell you what I thought my first channel name was going to be? Anybody know? Kim, thanks for the super chat. Thank you for joining, Lynn Sweet. Thank you for being a new channel member with your little Capone icon. Does anybody know what yeah, I watched a lot of Pippi, yeah, before hitting the road. I never told you guys what I thought I literally like told my friends what my channel name was going to be. No. The Crazy RV Chick. I'm so glad I didn't go with that. Crazy RV Chick. Because I knew that my channel was going to be like breaking the rules and doing things that people don't normally do. Wheels of Thunder. I like that. Crazy RV Chick. I told my therapist and she just got silent. She's like, and I'm like, what? You're quiet. You don't like it. She's like, it just doesn't sound like you. Are you a chick? And I'm so glad I didn't go with Crazy RV Chick. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Everybody thinks I'm crazy anyway. No way. I know. Yeah. And I'm not really crazy. Exactly. That's what she said. I mean, I still get comments of like, you should really get back on your meds. So can you imagine? I'm not on meds. I've never been. Oh, actually, yes. I don't know. My friend just pointed this out. She was wondering if I ever mentioned when I was before I got sober. I was on Prozac for like a year, and my therapist actually was like, "You don't need Prozac. There's nothing wrong with you." I just went to Kaiser, and they were like, "Oh, you're depressed. Here's some Prozac." So I was on Prozac for like, I think a year, maybe two. And when I started therapy, when I quit drinking, see this is the thing about modern medicine. They never asked me how much I drank. I was depressed because I was not happy in my marriage, because I was drinking myself to death. I was, way overweight. And so yeah, my therapist was like, yeah, I just don't see you as crazy RV chick. You're not a chick and you're not crazy. Crazy Grammys. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, the reason I started a YouTube channel was really, I don't know that I wouldn't have eventually gotten there, but Bob certainly pushed me. He pushed me all the time, even after I put my website up and I was starting to blog on a regular basis, which for me was the first step in creating a successful YouTube channel. I needed a social media presence first to attract people to point people to my YouTube channel, and it worked. I mean, my channel, my marketing strategy worked. My channel took off super fast, and yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's encouraged a lot of people to start YouTube channels. He's helped a lot of people start YouTube channels. He's given a lot of people shout outs. He's interviewed people on his channel and said, hey, go check out her YouTube channel, go check out her website. This is just what he does, how he helps people. So yeah, it kind of got annoying after a while, though. He really wouldn't leave me alone. He was like, when are you going to do a video? Have you shot a video yet? I'll help you shoot a video. Here, let's shoot a video. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. I don't want to do it. I'm not ready yet. So, yeah. Yeah. So, Kev Ram says, I want to be as brave as you guys are. You can be. Just start with baby steps. There's a saying that was going around Facebook, I think a couple years ago, a meme or something. Do one thing every day that scares you. It doesn't have to be jumping out of an airplane or bungee jumping, talking to a stranger, saying hi to a stranger, going to a movie alone, going to a restaurant alone, or if that scares you, start with a coffee shop alone. But I really like that. If you do one thing every day that scares you, you will eventually be as brave as the people that you think you are not as brave as. Hello, Pray for Surf from Australia. Bob can be very tenacious. That's a very good word. Asphalt, did I ever post a video on how to edit a video? I've done videos showing little bit, you know, of my process, just kind of a day in my life, but an actual how to edit, no. There's other people who do that much better than I would, and I don't know how interesting that would be to the majority of my audience. um Kev says it's good advice. Been so afraid of change when I should embrace it. Baby steps. You know, I didn't get to living in an RV by myself by not doing a million baby steps in between. Literally a million baby steps. I think I told you all about the first backpacking trip I went on by myself. I was terrified. I was freaking terrified. I didn't sleep at all the first night. I was only out one night. I was terrified. But that's why I did it. I was like, I am afraid to backpack alone. I am afraid to be in the woods alone by myself. So I don't want to be afraid of that. I'm just going to go do it. And I did. And it scared the hell out of me, but I didn't die of fear. You know, I didn't die because I was scared. I didn't die, period, you know, but fear doesn't kill you. Sometimes you just have to face your fears and get on with life. Lynn, thank you so much. Says we're great company. All right. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah. We were all terrified in the beginning. Yeah. I mean, giving up your life and driving away in an RV, especially an old, beat up, crappy RV like Matilda was, man, that's not, you know, you wonder if there's something wrong with you. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. But the thing is, I mean, it is a big deal and it's not. If it doesn't work, you can always go back as long as you make sure you have some kind of something built in. You know, I think I mentioned I didn't sell my car for a year. I paid to have it in storage in case I needed to go back to my life. I couldn't be showing up in client meetings in Matilda, so I saved my fancy 2006 Toyota Avalon Limited. Oh, I loved that car. I missed that car. It was so fancy. It was way too fancy. Favorite memory of my travels, JC Buffalo Gal. You know, I always talk about this, but definitely the couple in Tennessee who came and were just so friendly and hospitable, who came and out to my camping spot, literally in their grandmother's old backyard. It was public land by the time I was there, and brought me stuff from the garden and mowed me a path to my screen room so I wouldn't get chiggers. So that's one. You know, I was recently just thinking about New Zealand again, and how many of you watched the New Zealand videos? Um, the the first week in New Zealand when I flew out to that little island. Oh my gosh, I don't remember the name of it now. And backpacked around the island for what, 5 days? Just wandered the roads, the country. Man, that was a highlight of my travels. The Arctic Ocean, the whole Dalton Highway. That was definitely. So thank you. You all watch the New Zealand videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the bungee jump. I did the bungee jump in New Zealand. Yes, definitely. Oh, good. Edie's loving the waggle to monitor the RV when we leave the pets. Thanks to Carolyn. Oh, awesome. Yay. It's good to hear that. Waggle is awesome. I love it too. It really does help make me feel better. Any other highlights of my trip? You know, just the hundreds of amazing boondocking spots, and yeah, I've met some good people along the way. You know, people that I've just met who were camped next to me. And I was just thinking today about the guy Flash, I think his name was, in Yuma, who did the second transmission work on Matilda. And this was right after the election. He was a huge Trump supporter, absolutely rabid Trump supporter. And he and I sat down in the waiting room. I was there 2 weeks waiting to get parts. And he and I sat down in the waiting room and had good conversations. He knew where I came from. He knew that I hated Trump. I knew that he loved Trump. But we had some really good conversations. And while I still didn't agree with his choice, I understood where he was coming from. I'm actually going to make a video about kind of touching on that. I was thinking today. So the people I've met along the way, all, yeah, yeah, it's been a really good, it's been a really good journey the last 6 years. That's for sure. Oh, Denali. Oh, that's right. And the grizzly bear. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm telling you, I have too many memories to like even. Oh man, yeah, boy, that was scary. That freaking grizzly bear, man, that scared the crap out of me. Yeah, yeah, and the bus ride in Denali though too. Unfortunately, I think so much of my Alaska trip is tainted by the loss of Capone. And oh, yeah, and I was telling Lola earlier, that's right. I have not been able to look at any of those videos because it just still, seeing Capone, it was Capone's last days. And but yeah, and there were times that like when I did both of the hikes in Denali, I did one near the campground the first day. I went up the dry, no, it wasn't dry, the riverbed, and then I took the bus out. That was the grizzly encounter the second day. Oh, and then the third day I rode the bus, and Capone stayed behind so much during that trip because he was older and didn't have the energy. So, and the Bigfoot sighting, if that's what it was, I don't know. Yeah. So, um, I found you on YouTube at the Canadian border. Yeah, my crossing that freaked me out a little bit. That first crossing of the Canadian border because I got caught in a lie. That was my own damn fault. I was lying because I was afraid that if they thought I was homeless, they wouldn't let me cross the border. So I tried to make it sound like I had a residence somewhere, and I got tripped up, and they called me on it. Mm-hmm. Don't lie. That's a lesson. Don't lie to authorities. I've gotten much better at that. Hey, Maximus Minibus. Also, good to see you here. Yeah, do another Alaska trip. I thought about it. Right now I don't want to travel, so maybe next year. I still want to go to South America too, but I don't think I want to do that in an RV. I want to buy a truck. I need a four-wheel drive truck. For a lot of the land that I've been looking at, the roads are pretty bad. I drove on a treacherous 3 miles of road the other day in Arizona, actually looking at a piece of property. And I need a truck if I'm going to start looking at remote property. And if I were going to go to South America, I think I'd want to do it in a truck camper. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. Yeah, truck camper, Phil. Exactly. I don't want to live in a truck camper, though, full time. So, all right. You want to hear my you want to hear my scary story that I don't know if I've ever told you? I may have told you this. If I told you this, tell me. Say yeah. So, when I first bought this RV, Phoenix, I bought it in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I spent the next several weeks exploring New Mexico before I went over into Arizona. And I don't know where this was. I've been driving around the state for 2 months now trying to find the area. I don't know where it was. But it was remote. There was nothing around. It was down a gravel road and up in the pinions and stuff, up in the trees. And I've been driving all day, so I just needed a place just to hunker down and sleep for the night. And Capone was with me, brand new RV to me. And I was sleeping, and it was the middle, so there was like no traffic on this road. I don't know where this road went. There was nobody else out there. There wasn't a lot of camping. I was lucky enough to find one spot, and it was very tight. I had to like maneuver around the trees, and I was tucked back in the trees. I was literally woken up in the middle of the night by this horrific screaming, awful screaming. It jolted me awake. Have I ever told you this? And there was a truck going down the road. I was able to look out, I guess, as it was passing, because I could hear it coming. and it sounded like a woman scream. It was, I can't even explain it. It was the most horrific scream I've ever heard. Like a woman, and I saw it go by, and I think I assumed it was a pickup truck, and I heard the scream the whole time it was going, but it jolted me awake, and I was half asleep. It wasn't, but it was going with the truck. The scream was going with, so what I have thought since then is the truck must have had a malfunction, and it must have been like something scraping in the truck, or it had something in a cage. It sounded like a woman. Yeah, you do remember this story. I thought maybe I told you right after it happened. Okay, I did tell it once. I remember as soon as you mentioned the truck going by. Okay. Yeah. So still, it's not a story I talk about. It's not a story I remember a lot. You know, I have so many weird experiences and so many, like, you know, the weird lights in the sky and the Bigfoot and the creepy guy on the the highway of tears. And I mean, I have a lot of weird stories, you know. But I don't know that I think about this one very often, but I still don't know what that was. Fan belts squeal, but it didn't sound like a squealing fan belt. No, it was like a woman animal. It was awful. I wonder if it was a cougar. I didn't call 911 because I didn't have a cell signal. I did not have a cell signal. Um, Crazy abducted RV chick channel. That's good. That was really good. Crazy abducted RV channel. It wasn't bad breaks. No, I mean, it wasn't that kind of squeak. It really wasn't. Unnerving. Cats sound like a baby crying. Yeah, I should write a book about my weird tales of the road. That's actually a good idea. Some kind of animal. Cougars. Oh, cougars sound like birds? Maybe it was the audio recording being amplified. I don't know. It wasn't a coyote. I've heard too many coyotes. Panthers sound like a woman. That's what I've heard. So maybe, you know what, I should look up online and see. Maybe this guy caught a cougar, or, well, no, there wouldn't be panthers in, are there panthers in New Mexico? Yeah, the woman knocking on the door telling me to move when I was in the shower. Yep. You know, I should write a book. Yeah. I remember, so here's maybe a fun background story. I don't know if I've told you before. So I had done, I think that was my third video. It was like my fifth video was the video that went viral, the winter blanket video. My fifth YouTube video went viral. I think the scary shower video was like the third or fourth video I had ever done. And I didn't know yet what my channel was going to look like. I mean, the only person I really had it at is, I had Nomadic Fanatic, who was mostly travel. I had watched him too before I got on the road. Pippi Peterson, who did the DIY, how to fix up your RV. And then there was Bob, who was mostly doing interviews and how to. So I didn't really know yet what my difference was going to be, other than being a middle-aged woman living on the road and figuring things out as I go. But my first couple videos had been how-to videos. I did the safety video, I did the introduction video, and when this thing happened with this woman knocking on my door, I was about ready to leave. I was leaving, and I drove by and I saw her camped there, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to show my audience my true personality. I really literally thought that. I was like, you know, because I was like driving by going, you goddamn, are you kidding me? I mean, look at what she did. She kicked me out of my spot and she stole my spot. And I'm kind of going off talking to myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this on camera. I'm going to let my audience see my real personality and see the real me, not just the teacher marketer me, because I was still in marketing mode, you know, and it was a hit. You guys loved it. You like this t-shirt? Is this the one you're talking about? They're on the store if you want to get them. They're on the Teespring store. You should see a link below. They're available in different actually I think I only might no, they're available in different colors, different styles. There's hoodies, there's long sleeve. So go ahead and get them. Go ahead and buy your shirt. Isn't it awesome? I like it. Oh, the best money I spent for self-publishing has been your editor. She works magic polishing and trimming. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. I'm not self-publishing. I want a damn design. I mean, I want a damn book deal. I want a book deal. Now, I don't care what it takes. I'm getting a book deal. Did I design it? No, I paid to have it designed. So, what's MMIW? I don't know what MMIW is. Isn't that something? What, I don't know what MMIW is. What was, okay, so screech owls. I've heard screech owls. It went on too long, for one thing. Screech owl. No, I heard screech owls for the first time actually in Lillooet, British Columbia. Anybody ever been to Lillooet? I heard it burned down last year, which really sucks. Black Pearl Van Life did a tour of your van that went viral on another channel. Oh, I don't have a channel. Oh, wow. That's cool though. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Missing murdered indigenous women. That's right. That's right. Thank you all for telling me that. I knew it looked familiar. I know I had seen it before. I just couldn't remember. So yeah. Any other questions or topics or stories? My sparrow says there is something in tires, the calipers hanging out. I had once sounded like high-pitched shrieking drove me crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Come on, viral. I haven't had a viral video. That was my only viral video, actually. I've got a couple, so it's up to like 3 million. And I've got a couple 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Actually, I think I have a 600 and a 700,000, but oh my gosh, Asphalt Adventurer, are you still happy with your all-terrain tires? I drove on some crap today, man. And I'm almost dangerous with these tires. This was the best investment I ever made. Best investment I ever made. The confidence that I have in going places and knowing that I'm not going to get stuck. I don't want to say that, knock on wood, but I have not been stuck. I've almost been stuck a couple times, but the tires have gotten me out. I am so happy with the setup that I got. I'm so happy that I listened to the guy, took his advice, and got the KO2s on the back and the Michelin's on the front. Yeah. Asphalt wants to do the same thing. Highly recommend it. Highly. It's interesting. I do notice that they are a little louder. I'm noticing it when I shoot video. I don't notice it so much when I'm driving, but I've noticed that now when I make videos while I'm driving, the background noise is a lot louder. So I might have to do something about that, a different setup for my talking when I'm driving, because when I listen to it on really good speakers, it's really annoying to me. And you guys have never mentioned it, but yeah. The all-terrain tires, man, I'm telling you, the places that I drive, and I feel kind of badass. I pull up into a truck stop or something. Actually, I was maneuvering into a place to get propane the other day, and I had to do some fancy. They were busy, and they had their propane set up like a gas station, and they were busy, and I could only go on one side because the clearing on the other side was too low. And so I was pulled in, and then I had to do a K-turn, and then I had to back in, and I get out, and the guy that was in front of me getting his propane, he was like, "Do you have a CDL?" I'm like, "No, I just have a lot of experience." He's like, "Yeah, I can tell the way you drive that thing." And he looked at my tires, and he's like, "All-terrain tires," and I'm like, "Yeah, I go to some pretty scary places." And it was just, I feel kind of badass. You never noticed? No, it's not tire. You don't. It doesn't sound like tire noise. It's just like, it's like loud. loud cars, loud. It's not the motor, but it's loud rumble. It's a loud background noise. Is all I can say. Um, it's kind of like loud white noise, road noise. KO2s are loud. Yeah, and that's why the guy that put them on for me suggested I don't get them on the front, and I'm kind of glad. I'm happy with what I've got. You're gonna need new tires soon. Oh, bummer. You may not need KO2s though, Edie, unless you can talk your partner into switching things up. You might just be better off with road tires. And Phil had said something about rethinking KO2s because of gas prices, and I haven't really noticed a difference in my mileage with the KO2s versus the highway tires. How does one acquire moderators? They volunteer. They say, hey, if you want to need a volunteer, I'll volunteer to be a moderator on your channel. And I said, okay, thank you. But it has to be a name that I know, that I trust. And everybody here, Haven and Gypsy and Richard, I knew for quite a while before I recognized their name. Yeah, a humming noise. Yeah, kind of like a really loud humming noise. I guess you block it out. Well, thank you. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, Sisu, what impact all terrain tires on my gas mileage? I haven't really noticed, but then again, I haven't really measured because it's my gas mileage is kind of just like something that I like to bury my head in the sand about. I've always gotten about 8 miles to the gallon. I still, as far as I can tell, get about 8 miles to the gallon. So yeah, I didn't go larger or wider. And a small hit on mileage. Yeah, like I said, I'm not noticing it. But then again, what's the difference between like 8.2 miles to the gallon and 8 miles to the gallon? It still sucks. New Mexico meetup. Yeah. I already talked about that. It's coming up. When did I say? May something. I'll do another video. There's a video about it. It's May 16th or something like that, I think. And it's going to be Santa Fe, Albuquerque area. And I said, if you have any recommendations for where we might be able to host it, to email me. And as soon as I have the details, I will do another video and let you all know. So stay tuned. I haven't given up on the Mac. So I have the Mac, but my Alienware is still chugging along, and I prefer that. I shouldn't have bought the Mac. It was a mistake. It's too small. I don't want to edit on it, and now I have a Mac I don't use, which is a bummer. 8 gallons to the mile. Yeah, right, Phil? Exactly. Oh, new tires took you from 10 to 13 on your bus. Wow. The 18th. So yeah, thank you, Ronald. So the meetup is going to be the 18th in New Mexico from about 11 or noon, I can't remember, to 3, something like that. And I will give you plenty of notice about where it is. I'll give more updates, so just stay tuned. And one thing I never did before, I never had merchandise for sale. And everybody would always ask me at every meetup, do you have shirts? I want to buy shirts. I want to buy stickers. So this time I am stocking up. I will have these for sale. And you don't have to pay shipping. So I'll have these for sale. I have stickers. And I think that's it, unless you guys want something else. Oh, thank you, Socorro Scrow. I recognize you. Socorro. Is that Socorro, New Mexico? Thank you so much. You've been here and you've been following me from the beginning. Well, I really appreciate that. I sold my Mac. You know what? Oh, and I learned how to use the Mac. It was fine. I enjoy it. I now just pretty much only watch Apple TV. I'm just saving it for a backup in case my Alienware does die. So I don't really want to sell it. And I figured it out pretty quick. It was pretty intuitive for me. There were a couple things I had to Google, like how to do this, where is this, but it wasn't really that hard at all. And I have edited on it. I did get my Cyberlink Power Director. I paid for another subscription for my Cyberlink Power Director on the Mac so that I could figure it out. There were a few things that I had a couple issues with it on the Mac, even though it was the Mac version. So I have edited on it. It's fast, it's nice. So when my Alienware eventually dies, I'll go ahead and switch over to the Mac. James, what's my dream rig? Something 4-wheel drive, and something that yeah, what are those earth roamer? Although I'm not crazy about the layout, the inside layout of those. I don't like that they don't have any windows, really. They only have windows up at the top, but something like an earth roamer, only with more windows. That's my dream rig. Um, the fires are bad in New Mexico. I heard there was a fire near Belen. Was it Belen? Belen? All right. All right, all right, all right. Anything else? So I think I covered, I feel like there was something else I wanted to, oh, I talked about land. I wanted to talk about land. I wanted to talk about my scary story. How many of you, well, no, never mind. Yeah, there is a women's racerback tank top. Yes, yes. It's a flowy tank top. It's actually really nice. It's kind of thinner. It's perfect for summer. See Home has the sticker. Gonna put it on a magnet and put it on my car. Oh, that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. I'm trying to update my merch a little bit so to give you guys some new stuff. Oh my god, half a Ruidoso burned down yesterday? What? Really? Oh my god. I was just there. Like I was just there. I went to the pistachio place right up the road. Alamogordo. Wow. If I had that's sad. 80-mile-an-hour winds come through. Yeah, I have been in some crazy wind the last couple of days. No fun. No fun. That was what was nice about being up in the mountains last night. I was protected from the wind. It was quite the wind. It was terrible. Hi Star, good to see you. Glad you made it. 4-wheel truck. Which one would I buy? My dream is like a Toyota 4Runner, or depending on what I want to do with it. If I just want something to, if I don't want a truck camper like a 4Runner, or probably any Toyota. Although Fords are pretty good now. My Ford has been pretty good, so I don't know. I've always been a Toyota woman before I bought this. You just found an earth roamer with lots of windows. Nice. Nice. Oh, coffee cups. There's coffee cups there. Yeah. We had a couple that had been evacuated in our camp in New Mexico. Wow. Wow. Do I ever feel unsafe by myself? Very rarely. Once in a while. You know, no. Like I said, when I started the hour, I'm starting to I feel like I'm finally getting the hang of this, in my travels just this last couple of months. I'm like, I pull into a spot and I'm like, okay, I'm home, and I just start setting up and start cleaning up and getting everything out. And I'm so comfortable in this life now. Nothing feels, yeah. And I'm really enjoying the way I'm doing it right now. So, and for me, I have delayed reaction to a lot of scary situations. I think that's part of my survival instinct and in growing up the way I did. And like the guy that came up on me when I was having lunch on the Highway of Tears, I didn't realize I might have been in danger not even after I was inside. It really wasn't until I was editing the video weeks later that I was like, holy crap. And at the time I was just in survival mode. I went into teaching mode. I'm going to make a video and talk about this to help other people in case this happens. I mean, I knew to get out of there. I knew something was off, and my survival instinct told me get in the rig and close the door. But I don't think I realized the extent of it I know. I didn't realize the extent of it until weeks, maybe months later, literally when I was editing the video. It was almost like in editing the video, I was able to be more objective about it and to see how scary and potentially dangerous it was. And it really took me all that time to really come to grips with the fact when I was editing the video that that guy wanted to take me. So, you know, do I ever get scared? Maybe to my own dangerous detriment, not often enough, if that makes sense. You know, and there was the night in Arkansas where those locals came through. That was a little scary. They wouldn't leave. They kept honking and honking and honking, and they wouldn't leave. And I was a little on guard after they finally left when I finally had to talk to them. But you know, I'm conscious of my I'm aware of my surroundings. I watch people when I'm out by myself and somebody comes and they park close to me and there's nobody else around. I want to know what they're doing and what they're up to, and that helps put me at ease. You know, oh, they're just sitting there. Maybe they're doing lines, maybe they're having sex. Oh, I saw a couple having sex the other day. I was camped near a closed campground, and Sadie and I were out walking, and there's a covered picnic area, and I saw a guy, and it looked like he was carrying something. It literally looked like he was carrying something red, and so I'm like, and they were only like 100 yards away, not even. Not maybe 100 feet away. I don't know. It wasn't very far. But I see the guy and I see something red and I'm looking and I realize that something red, he wasn't carrying it. It was his girlfriend or whatever in a red shirt. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Anyway. Oh, I'm about to get sarcastic. What part of New Mexico am I currently in? Well, why don't I just give you my GPS coordinate? I don't disclose that information. I might not even be in New Mexico. I might be in Arizona. I went and looked at property. Do I ever get rodents in my engine? No. Not lately. No. I had the really bad problem with mice a couple years ago inside the rig, but I as far as I know, I haven't had I know, isn't that funny? I know. And I felt bad that I was staring so long trying to figure out, because I thought it was like a homeless guy with a bag. And this was really close to where I was camped, and I was the only one around as far as I knew. So I wanted to see if it was a homeless guy with a bag. I wanted to see what he was doing. Like, is it a homeless guy? Is he living here? Is he sleeping here? I wanted to know, being aware of my surroundings. And I was staring way too long. And they were probably like, oh my God, old lady, will you just stop staring at us, you old perv? Are you leaving, Edie? Thank you so much, Edie. Good to see you. Hope to see you soon. Bye. Yes, of course, I'm still planning the meet and greet. I have talked about it like 3 times. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so snippy. I'm sorry. Yes, I am still planning the meet and greet. I wouldn't do a video about it and then back out. I've never done anything like that. So if there is a video saying there will be a meet and greet on a certain date, you can pretty much be guaranteed there's going to be a meet and greet on a certain date, and I will give more information. I'm sorry. I can be snarky. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be snarky, and I don't mean to shame you for asking me questions. So I apologize for that. So yes, there will still be a meet and greet, and I don't want to talk about where I am. So thank you for the question, and stay tuned on the channel for updates about the meet and greet. All right. They may have liked the attention. You never know, right? Yeah. That's okay, Lisa. I apologize for getting snippy. I can be a little snippy sometimes, and I apologize. So I hope I answered your question. All right. So remember, if you have a question, to put your question in all capital questions. All right. Aw, Linda, I'm sorry you're lonely, and I'm glad we could be here. Sadie is here. Say hi. Want to show everybody? This is her spot. What you doing? They want to see you. Do you see her? Wait a minute. Where is she? Wait. There she is. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. What you doing? You laying in the sun? This girl, man. She is just my heart. She's amazing. No, she's tired. We went for a 2-mile walk in that gorgeous campsite that we were in when we got up this morning. We went for a 2-mile walk and she got to run around. I was really nervous about bears, so I kept her pretty close, but she got to run around a little bit where I could see her. And then when we got here, she went and she literally digged a hole. Like, she digs holes so big that she can get in. And she was out there for an hour and a half while I was working. I could see her out the window, so I kept an eye on her. She was out there digging for like an hour and a half. So she's pooped. Are you pooped? Say hi, everybody. Are you pooped? Are you a good girl? She's mad at me for giving her a bath. Oh, I know what else I wanted to talk about. So, do you guys remember when I remodeled my my RV and put this L-shaped couch in? So I threw away the old cushions that were in here, the old bench cushions, and because I wanted new ones. And so I bought one of those memory foam beds at Walmart. I think I told you guys this, and I cut it up to make the cushions for this love seat, this couch, and that sucked. Don't ever do that. It was like a $98 twin memory foam bed at Walmart, and I cut it into 2 pieces, and I put these where are they? And I put these bench and chair covers that I get at Amazon on them, and I have like 3-4 different sets, different colors. I started off with blue, and now I got red. So anyway, the memory foam once you cut it up, it was terrible. It was sinking in the middle. It was giving me hip problems and back problems. So I never did a video about this. I was going to. So when I was going through, I decided I had enough. I was going through Oklahoma City and I found an upholstery shop, and I called them up and I'm like, hey, you guys just sell raw custom cut foam, and they were for cushions, and they were like, oh yeah, come on down. So I took my measurements and I went in and I said, okay, this is, they had it right on the counter. They had the different firmness of what they had available, and they custom cut my cushions for me. So now I have custom cut, professionally cut, firm cushions that are so much better than the crappy ones that I bought at Walmart. So this isn't memory foam. This is actual. Here, let me show you. And I can't remember the name of the shop. Guy was super nice. So look at. So now I have actual compressed foam, and I don't know, this is like 6 inches or 8 inches, and this is so much better. And it was only like $100. No, it might have been a couple $100. I don't remember now. It might have been $100 each, which sounds like a lot, but I think it might have been about $100. I don't know. It couldn't have been that much. I don't remember. It wasn't too much. It was worth it. And then, so you see, I buy these chair covers on Amazon, and they're on my Amazon store. If you want to look, just go to any video description, and in that video description there's a link to my Amazon store, so you can always go there anytime and see all of my favorite things and everything that I have furnished my RV with and decorated my RV with. And every time you shop at Amazon through that link, I get a little commission. It doesn't cost you anything, so it really helps keep my channel alive and helps keep me paying for all this stuff, camera equipment and stuff like this. And Kim, thank you so much for the super chat. So yeah, and I really like these, except they don't last very long. I've gone through a couple sets. They, especially with a dog and living in an RV, I could have had them upholster it, but that would have been probably way too much. I didn't want to invest that kind of money in having a professional upholster job. So, there's that. But look I just bought some new ones. I wanted to see what you guys think. I just got some new cushion covers. Check it out. What do you think of that design? I thought, I usually, that might be too small. Oh, no, it's not. I usually go with solids, but look it. So here's version 1. Tell me which one you like better, version 1 or version 2. I mean, I'm going to be using both, but I'll let you guys decide which ones I put on first, version 1 or version 2. Yeah, that's what I like. I mean, I want my RV to be boho gypsy, one for me. You guys like all right, you like the fun version 1. All right, cool. So, all right, we're going to put these on and you'll see them in an upcoming video on. You guys all like number 1. Wow. One person likes version 2. Screaming 70s. I know, right? Yeah, it is. And it's kind of like soft and fuzzy. Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for voting. Very bohemian. Yes, that's what I'm shooting for in my RV. More of a bohemian look. I'm feeling like I want to get rid of these curtains. I'm not crazy about the color anymore. Yes, and they match my, oh yeah, see? Match my pillows. Which, oh, there she is. Say hi. What do you think? Can you say hi, everybody? What do you think? You show everybody what a mess you made on the bed? Boho gypsy. Yeah. Why not? From here, it matches the curtains. Oh, actually, yes, it does. It does. Yeah. So, my water. Have I gotten my outside shower fixed? No. Oh, somebody wrote to me, and I keep meaning to write him back. So, I have gone through every size that I've done 3/8, I've done half, I've done a quarter. None of them fit. So somebody wrote to me, and I keep meaning to write you back, that the RV pipe sizes are like a 16th of an inch smaller, because I keep measuring them, and it's like, okay, it should be 3/8, or no, I keep measuring. I finally measured it. I do everything backwards. I finally measured it. So I think what I need is 5/16, but you can't buy 5/16 anywhere. So I've gone through all the shark bite sizes you could possibly imagine, and I can't get it to work. I thought it was 3/8. 3/8. Wait a minute. 4/8 is a half, right? Yeah, I thought it was 3/8. So there's only one place I found an end cap that's 5/16, and that's Granger, which is a commercial supplier of stuff, but they'll sell one-offs. So I've just been waiting to find a place to settle down long enough to know where I'm going to be. No, it's not metric. Oh my God, EB, thank you so much for the super chat. Wow, thank you. Thank you all so much. Wow, that's really kind, EB. Thank you. Oh, you'll fix me up at the meetup. I think I just need the 5/16. So anyway, it's not leaking. I think I did some videos on it. I did do some stuff that makes it leak a lot less. So it's not leaking hardly at all. It's definitely manageable. Yeah. So no, I don't have racing thoughts. Smooth skater. Actually, no, I don't get racing thoughts. I'm pretty cozy, pretty chill by the time I go to bed. No, it's not racing thoughts that keep me up. Usually it's body aches and Sadie and stuff like that usually, and just not being able to sleep because of getting older. But Yeah, Grumpy, that's really sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're gonna fix me up at the meetup. That's really kind. I need to order the Granger ones, and I think that'll do it. I really want to just cut the whole thing off. Although now I'm kind of using it. I'm kind of enjoying it. I fill up Sadie's water out there, and so yeah. Thank you so much, Lisa. Lisa doesn't have a camper, but she's learned a lot. Watching my experience. Okay, well, thanks for saying that and letting me know that showing it matters, even though sometimes, it's not fun stuff to watch, or, it's just icky stuff, right? Nobody wants to get ripped off by an RV repair shop. So thank you all. Thank you. We have 360 thumbs ups and 350 people watching. That's awesome. Thank you. Paisley is your favorite, Marcella says. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. It's really gonna liven it up in here a little bit. Although I do have a lot of different patterns going on in my tiny space. Thank you, Mary. I'm really glad you've learned a lot. That really means a lot. Yeah, midlife women stuff can keep you up at night. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going through. The postmenopausal, can't sleep, can't think. I told you guys in the last live stream that I thought the sun rose in the west the other day. It took me like an hour and a half to realize, no, I don't. That freaked me out a little bit. What? That was weird. That was really weird. Oh, I'm so glad that watching me made you less scared. I don't have, what are my medical emergency essentials that I carry? I don't have any. I have, Band-Aids. I don't know what medical emergency essentials would I carry. I don't know. I have Band-Aids and rubbing alcohol. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make light of it. I'm kind of making fun of myself because I really don't know what you mean by that, which makes me feel a little reckless. Terry Flores, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, change the curtains to a brighter color. I'm kind of getting sick of this muted, dull color. That's actually not a bad idea. So my curtains in the back. See, Sadie tore apart can you see on the bed? Sadie tore apart the plastic from the packaging. So I have those nice bright yellow curtains in the back. Did you see that? It would be nice to have something brighter up here. I like the yellow ones in the back. I could switch them out, actually. Yeah, I like that yellow too, although they kind of remind me of a carnival, a circus. I don't know why they remind me of circus yellow. Is there such a thing as circus yellow? Or carnival? Hi, Anne-Marie August. Good to see you. Thank you for being a channel member. You bought a Class C and went full-time, and I saw your short the other day about repairs. I'm finding it very difficult to find anyone who will work on a Class C. I know. It's crazy. And a couple people told me in the comments of that video, oh, it shouldn't be that hard to find somebody to work on brakes. You wouldn't think so. But not everybody has a lift or a stall big enough to get you in, and they don't have a jack that'll lift 10,000 pounds. So the one thing that I have learned to do is to plan ahead, which is a lot easier to do now that I'm not traveling so much. And I made an appointment the other day for 5 days out to get the work done. And I needed more than brakes. I'm going to get an oil change. I'm going to get everything, the belts and hoses checked, new fuel filter, new air filter. So I'm kind of getting a laundry list of things done. But yeah, it can be really hard. One suggestion I have is to look for truck shops. A truck shop that doesn't just work with diesel, but if you can find somebody that works on trucks, even fleet services, they might be able to take you in. I've had pretty good luck with that. And and call, unfortunately sometimes you have to call the smaller garages, the ones that are hungry, really. So many of the ones who are popular in their area are I literally called the one shop that could was advertised to take RVs, and they literally were 2 months out on appointments. That's just crazy. I'm like, as a marketer and an entrepreneur and a business person, I'm like, hire more people. If you're that busy, your business is that good, open another shop. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe they don't want to complicate their lives. Hand jack and jack stands. Yeah, I've been there. And also, one of the people that I talked to the other day, this was interesting. They used to work on RVs, but they don't anymore. And I was really disappointed. They had the highest ratings in the area. And what he said is, I told him it's a Class C on a Ford chassis. And he's like, oh, yeah, see, those aren't so bad. But the problem with Class A's is we're having really hard time finding parts, getting parts, and it's just been really challenging. He said, but I can't accept a Class C and not accept Class A's. So I'm just not accepting any new RV customers at all. So a lot of times if you call them and say, hey, I'm 24 foot, I'm on a Ford E450 chassis, that helps them understand better what you have and understand that it's just a Ford truck. It's just a Ford van. So sometimes just telling them that off the bat can help, especially if you have a shorter one. I was hoping the RV demand might be going down because of gas prices. Mary said, do I think the RV demand will last for a while? I was hoping that they would start going down with things opening back up, the pandemic, winding down. A lot of people were buying during the pandemic because they couldn't go on vacation. Trades are gone now. Oh, I don't know what that means. Need skilled labor. Okay. How do you stay motivated when you feel tired? And how do I accomplish so much? I have to. Is the simplest answer. My energy is definitely back. I have very few and far between days where the day after I did the 7-mile hike, I think it was the next day, I was a little tired by like 2:00 the next day in the afternoon, but I'm self-employed. I don't have a choice. I don't get fed. I don't get paid unless I work. So I have to. And that's just kind of always who I've been anyway. I'm a hard worker. I've got I come from a family of very strong work ethics. And, I'm I think I'm a pretty energetic person anyway. I don't know. As far as work though, I have to. I don't get paid if I don't do videos. A lot of people are like, "Oh, take the time off. We'll be here." I don't get paid. A lot of I keep wanting to make a video of just me holding a sign. People don't pay me just to sit here and live my RV life. People pay me to make videos. And if I don't make videos, I don't get paid. So I have to do that. And now I have an energetic dog that I have to. So it's just, I have to. But when I'm tired, I'm usually pretty good in the morning. Even if I get tired, I'm really energetic in the morning. And I'm actually, you know what? Let me show you guys. Well, I don't know if this is for everybody, but hold on. So I worked with a nutritionist before I even hit the road. Like a year before I hit the road, I worked with a nutritionist, and now you all know I work with a naturopath doctor. So, and they said because I go all the time and push myself, I probably have low adrenal. So this is not vegan. Unfortunately, I was on a vegan adrenal support for years and it wasn't working. I was still having a ton of fatigue. I'm going to tell you, this stuff, it's got like bovine something in it. So unfortunately, it's not vegan. But this stuff has changed my life. I do 6 in the morning, 6 pills in the morning and 6 pills about noon. And this keeps my energy high. So it's called Drenamine, and it's adrenal and mood support. It's adrenal gland support. Because if you go all the time, or you're tired or you're stressed, your adrenal gets taxed. And if you're, so I don't know, you might want to consult with your doctor. Don't take this just because I told you. Consult with your doctor or your nutritionist or your naturopath. But it's adrenal support. I buy it on Amazon. And yeah, it really helps. So I was just taking like 2 in the morning and 2 at night. My naturopath, because my energy was so low, said, you know, you can up it to 6, 7 twice a day. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing 6 twice a day. So get it on Amazon. Can you see it? And it's all natural. So it's, let me read it for you. Vitamin C, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, sodium, chlor, something. And then it's got a proprietary blend of herbs. So this stuff, I'm telling you, has really changed my life. But again, I mean, don't take it. It's all natural. It's just vitamins and herbs, but you still might want to consult your, the herbs are the secret. Exactly. But you might want to consult with your doctor before you start taking it. Asphalt says, make sure you aren't overdosing if you're taking a multivitamin. I don't take a multivitamin. I take, you want to see what I take? Do you guys want to see what I take on a daily basis? Calcium, B12 spray, immunity support, mushrooms for immunity, because I'm still, I still have my low white blood cells, and I've been having a sinus infection for like 3 months, so I still have issues with immunity. So I take like 2 or 3 of these a day. These I just bought. Unfortunately, I have to take 4 a day. I take magnesium every day. I take vitamin A and D every day. I take blood builder, which is for iron, every day. And I take zinc every day. Yeah. If you buy the liquid magnesium, it's terrible. It's terrible. I put it in my ginger juice and do a shot and then chase it with another shot. It's terrible. But yeah, that's, you guys have asked me that a couple of times. What do I take? What are the supplements I take every day? And a lot of these are because I'm vegan and because I don't eat right. You know, good, really good. I'm mostly vegan. I should stop saying that because people are going to give me shit now because of the Dramamine. But if I were a really good vegan and ate only healthy whole foods and was really smart about, watching everything that I eat to make sure I'm getting all the nutrients, I wouldn't need all this, but I'm not that good at it. And I'm a 54-year-old woman. I have been having health issues the last few years, so I'm taking a lot right now. What's tough? I know it's a lot. It's a lot that I take. I know. What's tough on your liver? Okay, what did I miss? The vegan police. The vegan police, they live inside of your head. Yeah, I still get it. Oh, the vegan police. I lost a couple viewers because I let Sadie hunt. Yeah, people got really, really mad at me for letting Sadie hunt. But I had chocolate for dinner. I know. Yeah, I hear you. So sometimes I have popcorn and a protein shake for dinner. That's what I've been trying. I've been trying to do better. Oh dear. Oh man. What are you guys manning? That I lost viewers because I let Sadie hunt. Anne-Marie, you really don't let her hunt. Yeah, she does it. Is that what you mean? That I don't let her? It's just what she does. People need to quit. Oh, hey, Gabby Freedom. Good to see you. People need to stop taking themselves so seriously. I know. Popcorn for dinner. Yeah, I love popcorn. 53-year-old vegan, you just take B12. Good for you. Awesome. So I work with a naturopath who the reason I take all this is because we've done blood work that shows that I need it. And we've checked all my vitamin and mineral levels, and everything is either where it should be because of the vitamins I'm taking, or like my vitamin A was low, my vitamin D was low, which really shocked me because I spend a lot of time outside. But my vitamin A was low, my vitamin D was low, and my magnesium was low, my iron, oh no, what was the other one? My zinc was low. So I take all these because the blood work showed that I needed it. So I guess I'm just not as healthy as you. Dogs just do dog things. You know what? Hallelujah, amen to that. And I hope that didn't offend anybody. But you know what? She's living her best doggy life. She's so, get this though, she's getting so that she won't eat her food in her bowl. She's like, I have to work for my food, Mom. I have to work for it. I don't want you to just give it to me. I have to go hunt for it, or you have to make me work for it. She's something else. Oh, wow, Jen, naturopath helped me in remission from Graves over 3 years now. Congratulations. Wow. I love my naturopath. She's a doctor. She's a full-on doctor. She's not like a certificate from an online school. She's a real bona fide doctor. And especially after the experience I had going to the doctor, the traditional Western medicine doctor, she's my doctor. She's my doctor. I have to pay out of pocket for her. Insurance doesn't cover her. The insurance doesn't cover the blood work that she orders either, but she's way better. So I pay for insurance for nothing, really. I found her through my therapist. My therapist is very holistic, and for years she was trying to help me figure out my some of the health issues. What was I having? Hormonal when I was going through menopause and stuff like that. And she was telling me for years, you should really talk to my naturopath. She's great. And finally, a couple of years ago, when I think when I got COVID, when I was having COVID symptoms, I think is when I started working with her. And my white blood cell count is still too low. And I actually have an appointment with her in a couple weeks. I need to rerun my blood work. It's been a while. But yeah. Cameron's RV. Hi, Grandma Michael and Grandma Charlene. Hi, thank you for watching. It's so sweet of you to watch. And I don't still use BetterHelp. I only used BetterHelp to try them out before because I have a therapist that I've been working with for more than a decade, but I thought BetterHelp would be an awesome solution for people on the road. So I thought when they approached me and said, hey, do you want to work together? I was like, this is a great opportunity to bring mental health, mental wellness to my audience, but I didn't want to promote it without trying it. So I tried it for a couple months, even though I was doing double therapy for a while, but it was an interesting experience to start over with a new therapist, especially after working with mine. So I only did it for a couple months, and I let the therapist know up front, hey, I'm just trying this out for a couple months. I have another therapist, but we actually did therapy for a little while, and once I was sure that it was something legit and that it could help people, then I went ahead and promoted it. Richie says, you love, really? I'm soothing? I don't know why I find that surprising, but thank you. I don't have any houseplants, no. You know what? I have been thinking, though, maybe this year I will. I want to do herbs. I want to do like a little herb garden. I just imagine what a mess that would be, though. The way I drive and the roads I drive on, stuff just spills and gets flies all over the place inside the RV. But I would like a little herb garden. So I'm a care manager. Where are you? For large healthcare plan, I've started to realize I take better care of the people on my caseload than myself. Well, that's cool. We need more like you, although you need to take care of yourself. How do I watch TV when I'm not in internet areas? I read books. I don't. It's kind of a nice, like last night, when I first got to the site that I was in last night, I didn't think I was going to have I had barely had a cell signal to make phone calls. But I didn't think I was going to have an internet signal. And so I almost didn't stay. And then I was like, you know what? This is too pretty. I'm going to stay here anyway. And lo and behold, though, the signal came in and I was able to watch a couple hours of TV. But then I went to bed and read. I'd rather, it's nice actually to be able to read. Flexitarianism, primarily vegetarian. Obladi da. That's a song. Obladi da. Obladi da. I don't know. That's nice that you, yeah. Reading is a good substitute, and also what I'm finding is I was reading for quite a while. Like every night I'd turn off the TV and go to bed and read for an hour before I go to sleep, pretty regularly for a few weeks. And I feel more creative when I read. When I read, I write more. Any writers out there? Is that like a common thing? But literally when I read, I write more. I feel more creative. I read for more than an hour last night, and boy, I woke up this morning and I was just, my creative mind was just going and going and going. I shot a whole bunch of I shoot videos to for myself to say, hey, this would be a good topic for a video. Let's do this, and I talk it through in a video. And I did a lot of those today. Yeah, it's a Beatles song. Yeah. Yeah. Gabrielle, I stopped watching all TV, Netflix, etc. when I became a nomad. Wow. Good for you. I thought I would too. I thought that's how I was going to live my RV life, but no, not so much. Yeah. My favorite genres of reading, memoir. I love memoir. I read a lot of memoir, but and fiction. I read like good story character fiction. Trying to think of what I've read recently that I liked in fiction and who the writers are. I can't think of them. Thank you for the super chat, Sisu in the USA. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And I like the little KO. I like the little elephant. No, what is that? Hippopotamus. Right now I'm reading, I think I've told you guys, I'm reading Blowout by Rachel Maddow about the oil and gas industry. And oh, I highly recommend this book. If you want to learn about if you want to learn about fracking, if you want to learn about how corrupt and dishonest the oil and gas industry, and it's really interesting because she wrote this book a couple of years ago, but I'm reading it like it happened, like it's everything in the book is describing exactly what's going on right now, including the war in Ukraine. She talks about Russia, oil and gas. It's fascinating, and she's a really good writer, and she's a really good storyteller. So it's really easy to read. Well, not always easy. It can go in the weeds a little bit sometimes. But if you want to learn about the history of oil and gas and how much power they have, Water Not Oil. Is that a book? I'll check it out. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a good book. I highly recommend it. Water is Life. Are those books? Exactly. C. Blanton. They are exactly yeah. Record profits. They are raking in record profits while we pay more at the gas pump. It's ridiculous. So they're raking in record profits and raising our prices to make more profit. Yeah, she did good on that. You read the book. It is a good read. So now I bought a whole bunch of, and I need to do the library thing instead of buying Kindle books. I keep buying Kindle books when I can probably get them at the library. I just bought a Robert Reich book. So I'd like to read more. I haven't read, serious stuff like that since college, probably, So that's a good read. But memoir and fiction, usually like women's stories, fiction and women's memoirs. Yeah. just got Blowout based on my previous mention. You may want to also read The Seven Sisters by Anthony Sampson. What's it about? Okay, I'll check it out if I can remember. Seven Sisters. Yeah. The woman who follows the crowd will go no further than the crowd. The woman who walks alone will likely find herself in places that no one has been before. I like that. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I have read. JoJo. Oh, I read a really good book. JoJo Myers, I think. You guys probably know. I read a really good book about the women who took library books to the really rural citizens of Appalachia in the 1940s or 50s. Does that sound familiar to any of you guys? It was a really good book. Oh, Smooth Skater, your book will be the first book I've read in years. Well, thank you so much. You've read Robert Reich's books as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I love him. Huge fan. I believe he was the head of the department that I studied under while I was at Berkeley. Because he's a Berkeley professor of political science, and my major was PEIS, and I think I looked it up once. I think he was like the head of the department while I was there. I didn't study under him. I didn't have any of his classes, but yeah, I like him. Smart guy. Saved by a Song, Mary Gauthier. Oh my gosh, you guys are giving me JoJo Moyes. Yeah, die. Was she the author of the one about the women on horseback who took library books? That was a really good book. I really enjoyed that. It was one of the best fiction books, or one of the most enjoyable that I've read in a while. Oh my gosh, you guys are giving me all these. I'll have to look back later for the suggestions. Oh, he has a newsletter? I follow him on YouTube and see all of his community posts on the book Woman of Troublesome Creek. Denise, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that, Denise. Thank you so much. So kind of you. So generous. Thank you. Fireball by Carol Lombard Plane Crash, nonfiction. Yes, Patty, yes. The audiobook started with a woman from overseas in an arranged marriage. Yes. I wish I could remember the name of the book. Loved that book. Did anybody? It wasn't The Women of Troublesome Creek. Is that the book, Maximus? Are we talking about the same book? Or is that a different book? Heart of Darkness. My wellness coach turned me into. Okay, you guys, help me out here. The Woman of Troublesome Creek. I don't think that was the name of the book I'm talking about. Oh, same topic. Oh, interesting. Really? Not sure if it's same. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, interesting. Same topic though. Yeah, I had no idea that they existed. That was a thing. But some kind of hardcore women riding horseback in Appalachia. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the book. Anyway, it was a good book. And I don't know if that was. Okay, same topic. Interesting. Yeah, you guys all make me think. Oh, The Giver of Stars. Yes, that's it. The Giver of Stars. Is it JoJo Moyes? Is she the author of it? Women hold up half the world. I think we hold up more than half the world, to be honest with you. Behind every mediocre man is a great woman. The Giver of Stars. Yes, good book. Good. You know what else was a really, really good book that a viewer sent me? Oh my God, phenomenal. Gentlemen of Moscow. That book was so good. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Seahorn. You are so kind. Yes, it is JoJo. So JoJo Moyes, The Giver of Stars. Very good, like empowered woman. Really good book. Seahorn, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I'll have to look up Troublesome Creek. Thank you, Denise. I'm so happy you made it too. I'm so cute and haven't been an inspiration. Well, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Carol, for thanking everybody too on my behalf. That really is really sweet of you. Thank you. Gentlemen of Moscow, especially I went away for a minute. Am I running out of battery? Are you still there? Yeah, I think it's been 2 hours. I think we're going to sign off. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Carolyn's Book Club. I thought about doing something like that. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Gentlemen in Moscow, if you love Russian history or even Cold War history, it was really good. Thank you all so much for the super chat. Thank you all for spending a couple hours of your day with me. It really means a lot. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, consider joining Patreon if you want more. I do more real time. I do exclusive videos just for patrons that the public never sees. I share my camps in real time. I share walks in real time. And Richard, thank you for that. Just posted a link. So if you want more insider access, if you want more engagement, Patreon is the place for it. But you all rock. I appreciate your time. I appreciate that you watch my videos and that you're just here with me in my little corner of YouTube. Huge applause to our moderators. You did an awesome job as usual. Richard and Carol. Carol, wow, you were able to be here for the whole time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And Edie was here. I know that. And so thank you, moderators. Everybody give the moderators a huge thumbs up and a huge thank you. 446 thumbs ups. Wow. And thank you all for the super chat. Did I say that already? Thank you to the channel members. Thank you to everybody who subscribes and watches and shares. And especially for your kindness. You know, I appreciate that so much. I just appreciate your kindness and your support and your encouragement and just letting me know that I make a difference. That's why I do this, and it really helps keep me going. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you maybe in the next video. I don't know what the next video is. I'm going to show you. You guys picked them. You'll get to see them. All right. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. I will see you all again soon. In the meantime, be happy. Oh, you want to see Sadie before we go? Look at her. You see her? She's like, will you just leave me alone? Anyway, I'll see y'all soon. Take care. Be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah. Bye. Thank you. This was fun.